Yeah, lads. Good morning, you beautiful people. Good morning, you beautiful people. Now, today we're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance thing. We're going to be doing something which I think will be very interesting to a lot of people who have this on their car. But for the first time, in the meantime, we're going to go to Screwfix. I need to get some grease, some proper grease up. Screwfix, here we are. I absolutely love Screwfix. It's just like there's just so much choice and it's so cheap. And I just don't, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. Hashtag Screwfix, if you're watching, I will happily take a sponsor. So we've got the good shit, we've got some latex gloves, which we always need, because I always lose them. And we got some grease. Well, I don't know why they packaged it like it's coming in the Royal Mail, but that's funny because if it come with the Royal Mail, it wouldn't have turned up. Hey! No, I'm only joking. The Royal Mail are decent. If I get some Royal Mail enthusiasts reporting me in the comments, sorry lads. And here we have the lowered car issue fix. Oh no, lads. I think I've lost the lock and wheel nut. I genuinely think I've lost the lock and wheel nut. Oh my god, that's so annoying. I hate lock and wheel nuts so much, man. Fuck's sake. The amount of times that lock and wheel nut keys just cause me nothing but hassle. I just hate lock and wheel nuts. There's literally just no need for them. So I've got to go to Mitsubishi. They're going to tell me they can't order it without the part number. I'm going to tell them that they can, and I'm going to have to spend about 20-30 quid just to get my wheel off. Oh, it's so annoying. I must have just left it on the wheel when I was doing it late that night on Saturday before Jap show. I must have just left them on the wheel and they must have just fell off. That's the only explanation I can think of. Right then guys, looks like all the tools are being put away and we're going to Warrington to Mitsubishi to buy a lock and wheel nut key. Depends how what the guy's like. They're going to tell me they can't order without the part key number, but we all know they can, so let's see how they treat me, alright? Hopefully, I mean, it is a rally art centre. Well, it has got rally art there, so hopefully they see this and think, you know what, he's a cool guy, let's help him out. But we'll have to see, we'll have to see. Oh my god, absolute legends. I pulled in, and luckily I pulled in past the service garage, so they was all looking, and they was all working. They all come out looking at it, and then I was like, yeah, hiya mate, and have you got lock and wheel nut key? And they said, do you want to buy one or do you just want to take them off? Because they were saying, you know, if I wanted to buy one, I'd have to order it and stuff like that. He just come out, got his master set, and he just took them off for me. What an absolute legend! What an absolute legend! So Mitsubishi Warrington, I think it's Gallagher's. Oh lads, honestly, I've unbelievable service. If anybody from Mitsubishi is watching this, the service lads at the one in Warrington, unreal guys. Right, let's get home and do what we set out to do this morning. Right, let's get it in the air and let's get that wheel off. Now, I've been speaking to Max Speeding Rods about this, and I've said I've got some proper grease. So I've got multi-purpose grease, and this is ideally for wheel bearings. This is pretty much going to be perfect, the best you're going to get really. They said try that. If it doesn't work, they will send me out a new front coilover, which is really good customer service to be fair. So shout out to Max Speeding Rods. But I am going to try it because, you know, everyone can sit there in a comment and say, why didn't you buy the £2 coilovers? They wouldn't have banded. You wouldn't have problems with the £2 coilovers. I'd have a lot more financial problems with the £2 coilovers. And what's the fun of buying something that works? We like fixing stuff. We like learning. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get things cheap, and we're gonna learn, and we're gonna fix, and we're gonna learn not to get them again. No, I'm joking. They actually are good coilovers. They actually are. They handle really well. The dampening's really well. I'm just having a little bit of issue with this one side binding, which is probably just something to do with it not being greased properly. So we're going to try and alleviate that problem. So what's the plan of attack, Lee? The plan of attack, Lee, is actually take the coilover. We're going to take the coilover completely off. We're going to loosen the spring. We're going to clean the pillow board. We're going to grease everything of what basically turns. I'm not going to show you this because I've done a video on taking it off. So if you do actually want to know how to take an Evo coilover off, go and watch this video. The coilover is on. And there's the coilover, a very, very dirty coilover. All this white stuff is the lithium grease that I've sprayed, which obviously hasn't done its job. Now what we are going to do is we're going to loosen the preload off the spring totally. I've just spoke to Max Speed and Rods and they said they're going to send me a top mount on a new bearing anyway. But I'm going to try and fix this. We're going to see if this works. I bought the grease now anyway, so we may as well give it a go. If you see, that's really stiff. That should be moved. See, that was really stiff. That shouldn't be that stiff. So I think that's the issue, and that's what they're sending me. They're sending me a new pillow ball bearing. A lot of times people, you know, this will be happening with people who have had coilovers on for a year or 2 years, and it's just dried out over time, or it'll be happening with someone with a company who aren't as nice as Max Speed and Rods. And you know, you might not be able to get a free bearing. So I want to see if this actually does work for people, you know, who don't have the opportunity to get a new free bearing. Okay, so we've got the spring just floating in it now. Place which needs to be cleaned and greased. Between these rings there, they all need to be cleaned and greased between each layer, especially there, grease there and there, and same thing with the top. And then we're not going to pull the top mount off because we can actually get a lot of play in here. We're going to put grease inside there and we're going to rub it in and out. Load of grease in there and just keep working it in and out, like pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling. Okay, so this is where I'm up to, guys. I've got the spring all the way down, so you know it's nice and free. I've cleaned all the spring perches, just getting them ready for the grease. I've tried to get as much of the grease off the pillow ball mount, which is inside there, as possible. So now it's literally going to get the grease out and we're just going to grease everywhere. Okay, so we're all greased up now, so you can see how much grease I've got on the top of the ball bearing and on the middle of it as well, and it's a lot freer. Like I can do that with one hand now. Before it was almost impossible to do with one hand, so that's a hell of a lot freer now. So we're going to put it back in the car. Right, so we're all back on the ground. Let's give it a few turns. Whoa, nearly hit the jack stand then. Let's give it a few turns. Yes, it's not there anymore. I might see the other side because it's quite a nice day. So interestingly, lads, I've got the other side off now and I've just been unloosening stuff. Let me just pause this music. Interestingly, look how free this bearing is compared to the other one. Like, look at that, that's so much freer. So, really, I do need another top mount and new bearing. It is that's knackered on this one. That's just too, even with all that grease, it is still diff. So, I am going to take that Max Speed and Rods bearing that they're going to send me. I am going to change it over. For now, this side doesn't really need grease. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Maybe put a little bit of grease in the top mount stuff. This side doesn't really need new grease. And while it's off, I'm going to clean it, make it look pretty. But doing that, it is just that top mount bearing in there. So, as I said, Max Speed and Rods, they've contacted me. They said they're going to send me one, which is good because it 100% is that now. I'm going to tell them that now as well. We've done each side. It's been quite nice actually. I've had a couple of guys walking past who've stopped and had a chat with me as well. They're both on. They're both greased, which is good. We'll see you later, phone lad. I still think that we're going to change the top mount on this side. Although it's pretty greasy now, it was pretty free. Yeah, it was seeds solid. When I compared that one to the passenger side, oh my god, absolutely nuts. But we need to find some wheel nuts from somewhere. I might have to go to a scrap yard, or I don't really know. But we need to find some wheel nuts from somewhere. Ideally, yeah, I need to find a key for them locking wheel nuts, but I can't be asked spending a load of money on them, lads. You know what I mean? Even when she's being a pain, I still love her so much. It's been we've had a lovely day, Eva. We've had an absolute lovely day. Got a little bit dirty. My disposable gloves gave up very, 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 very soon. But it's good, lads. Got nothing to do today. Just been chilling. Got some tunes playing. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right, we need to go and find some locking wheel nuts. I might actually go to Halfords. I've got a trade card at Halfords, so I might actually go to Halfords and see. Then I know they've got some like Rip Speed ones for like 20 quid. Well, the grease definitely worked. It feels amazing. Dead tight. Well, not dead tight, but you know what I mean. Dead loose, dead free. They feel really good now. Really, really good. Okay, so we've been to Halfords. We've got some locking wheel nuts, just some Rip Speed ones. Nothing too major, whatever. I don't really like the spinning ones because the spinning head ones, yeah, they're difficult. They're more difficult to get off, but the more difficult they get off, the more difficult they are to get off for you when you lose the key. So yeah, whatever. And we got some San Miguel because an absolute legend called Richard Plum, fellow Evo owner, he lives in Warrington as well, not far from me. He messaged me and says, look mate, I've got a garage full of stuff. come have a look, take what you want. Obviously I've offered him money. He says he's not bothered about money, but he says he'd take payments in San Miguel. So I got him the biggest crate in San Miguel. Could find, I thought it'd be one bigger than that, but you know, he says to me he's got, he did have a fuel pump and a boost on it, which I need for the map, but he says he can't find them. But we're gonna go and have a look at his garage anyway. He's got some cool stuff there, so we're gonna get loads of mods for the Evo. Richard, if you're watching this, which I know you are, absolute legend, mate. The other day I went to a car meet and Liam got this picture. If you've seen me on Instagram, you would have seen this picture. It's like the best picture ever, I know. And if you've not got me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. But I want to give a shout out to Liam because he's an amazing photographer. He always gets amazing pictures, and I always shout him on Instagram, but I've never really done a video. So this is me shouting out Liam in a video. If you're out of the Northwest area, get a photo shoot booked in with him. He's incredible. That's Instagram. Please go follow him. Anyway, on with the video. So we're looking for an Evo, guys. Look for an Evo. Can you see an Evo? See a 370Z, but your man can't see an Evo. Oh, Evo with funnily enough, with the 370Z. Look at this one. Oh, Evo, friends. He's got an Evo and a 370Z. I want to know what he does for a living, and I want to be it. 500 this one's running. Oh, look at them both. Oh, these seats are so much nicer.
You spend the ages to find one with these in though.
They feel well more hugging than the ones I've got. Boost gauge in the clock, that's
the numbers, that's why I bought another in.
Oh,
they go a bit, some LEDs take a while, they come back eventually. And it was just a little bit like, how my neighbours feeling about this?
Yeah.
And all they just moved in as well.
See, they hated my Subaru, my neighbours, honestly, like. Well, coming from my Subaru stripped out straight pipe to this one, it's like, it's so quiet, but then other people tell me it's like, well, you can hear it. I'm like, I can't fucking hear that. Oh, the flutters. Jesus Christ. Oh, what blow-off valve is this then?
Blitz.
Right. It must have a strong spring then if it's...
Flooring.
Yeah.
I think it does.
So was it 500? Oh my... Oh, fucking hell. Well, the coilovers are good.
Yeah. Check out how much petrol we've got. It's not the most economical car in the world.
If the light's not on, you got plenty. But I can't believe like how bad they are on fuel. Like, it's worse than mine. I didn't think they'd be worse than the Subaru. I genuinely didn't.
1000cc injectors and 2 bar reviews.
Oh, yeah, yours. Yours a bit worse than mine then as well. Oh, you mad bastard. Oh, I need power. I want some power. That really is. I always come down here to Pure Gym and it's like the best. Oh.
Ah, fucking horses.
Fucking horses.
I'll be a cunt to horses.
Yeah, let's not be a cunt. Oh, I need cams just for that noise. Honestly, man, thank you so much.